speaking about playoffs, there's this one team that right now I think is playing with fire a little bit. Just a little bit. They're playing with fire. And that is the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Are the Eagles going to blow the number one seed? And Mike, the mic is yours.
I don't think they're going to, but they've come dangerously close to. And it's all because of a Jalen Hurts injury. I think that's all been out now, how much Jalen Hurts. And like you said, the modernized versus the rushing quarterback, he takes it to the next level because, in my opinion, the Eagles have the ability to both air it out against teams when they need to and also control possession and just run the crap out of the football. Like some of the best rushing offense that I've seen in the past 10 years. They're insanely good on the ground, almost unstoppable when they start to get Jalen Hurts involved in the ground game. And I think that the Giants in this game are going to tread very lightly. They know Saquon can't take a huge beating in this game. They know a lot of these guys on defense can't take a huge beating in this game. They have no position or seating to move up or down. I think that the Eagles are going to lock down the 1 seed, but they came dangerously close to losing it to San Fran, which is a big deal in this NFC bracket.
Zach?
Yeah, I agree. The Eagles have lost their last 2 games, and I didn't think much of the Cowboy game. Minshew gave them a chance to win. They turned the ball over 4 times. That's not something that's going to happen with Jalen Hurts in the lineup. And I just also agree with the fact that we're really seeing how valuable Jalen Hurts is to this Eagles team. And this is the reason why I would vote him for MVP. I know Patrick Mahomes has taken over as the huge favorite, and this Eagles team on paper, there is a lot of talent, and like a quarterback like Gardner Minshew should be able to go in there and play well, even when his name is called. But we saw on Sunday, like, this is just a totally different Eagles offense without Jalen Hurts in the lineup. Everything revolves around him, and he has taken his game to such an elite level this season that it's literally gotten the Eagles to 13-3. They only lost 1 game before he got hurt, and even though they've lost the last 2 games, they're still in very favorable position to clinch that number 1 seed. I don't think the Giants are playing anyone either. If I'm Brian Daboll, I would not play Saquon Barkley in this game. That's really going to be your only chance to go on the road in the wild card round and win playoff games. I would even consider maybe sitting Daniel Jones. And I know it's not great to sit starters, but 1 injury and your future for the playoffs is screwed. Sometimes it's not worth it. And when it comes to the other teams in the race, like San Francisco, they should beat Arizona. They're going to be a big favorite in that game. Dallas, they should beat Washington with Sam Howell, the rookie from North Carolina, starting at quarterback. If the Eagles do lose this game with Jalen Hurts in the lineup, there's going to be some panic going around Philadelphia, and there's just no reason why Philadelphia should lose. The reports are that the Giants are going to take this game lightly, and it is a divisional game. Anything could happen. But if you're Philadelphia, you've had such a great season so far. You cannot let it get to this point. And if it does, the Eagles are in serious, serious trouble going into the playoffs.
I'm going to say yes. I think that – well, actually, no. I'm going to agree with y'all. Excuse me. I think they're going to get into the playoffs. So, no, I don't think they're going to blow the number 1 seed. But, Zach, I do want to touch on your point about Jalen Hurts and the MVP talk because it dawned on me, right? I actually disagree. In a way, you could say Jalen Hurts is your MVP, right? But if you're justifying the 2 games that he missed as a way to kind of prop him up even more, you're actually penalizing the guys that played every single week in a way. So for me, Patrick Mahomes will be my number 1 right now. He's played every single week. Joe Burrow and him was neck and neck to me, but obviously they just missing that game. I can never penalize perfect attendance. Just can never penalize that, right? You have to be available, and you being available, you're valuable. So I understand your point. The Eagles without Jalen Hurts, and everybody was saying, well, Jalen Hurts is not the main guy. I understand that because I was one of those heads. I was like, they got a good roster. So, yeah, you kind of defeated my argument in that regards. But at the same time, I don't think you could use it as a prop to say, well, look at them without him, because you're actually penalizing the guy that played every single week. Just like last year, I remember you did the same thing with Aaron Rodgers when you talked about why he should be MVP over Brady. He was like, oh, I remember when Jordan Love came in that game and they didn't look like they were supposed to be here, but my guy Brady played every single game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never going to penalize perfect attendance. Patrick Mahomes will be my MVP, and I'm not even a Patrick Mahomes guy like that. A lot of people, oh, you're not a Patrick Mahomes guy, but I got to give credit where credit is due. I'm always going to do so. But I think Jalen Hurts more so has shown people like myself that it's not just the Eagles roster. This guy can flat out play, and I think that's the reason why, they're dangerous. Now, I would say this, though. If there's anybody that I want to see, I remember you asked me this question a couple weeks ago about who would you rather see, me being a Buccaneers fan, right? Because clearly, if we're going to have to play out of the Eagles or the Cowboys, right? More than likely. I would rather see the Eagles now. And I'm going to tell you why I changed. Because let's say the Eagles lose this game to the Giants. They're losing 3 straight games, like 2-3 straight games. So now they limping right into our hands. So now we could get them out the way at home in a wild card. We don't have to go over there. We could get the best team in the NFC because I do believe the Eagles. I'm not saying that the Cowboys are better than the Eagles. I think the Eagles are a better team. But we could get the better team limping into the playoffs at home in a wild card, get them out the way. And now the path to the Super Bowl is a little bit easier. So that's why I would want them. And that's why I think, ultimately I would hope to get them. But I think they will be making the playoffs. I don't think we're going to get them.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic when you talk about it because you did get a display of what it looks like without Jalen Hurts to prove that Jalen Hurts is the most important player on this team and maybe in the league. But I could say, I mean, if they lose Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, I don't think we have to see that to know what that's going to look like. It's going to be similar effect on their team as well. And I personally think, and this is something that would go towards it, the injuries at the end of the season or just resting players at the end of the season or the total stat totals, all that kind of stuff. I've always wanted to ponder with the idea of giving out the awards in the break in between the championship games and the Super Bowl and include the first 3 rounds of the playoffs in the award voting. I think that what you do in the playoffs is some of the most important games of your life. So those should be included in the MVP each year.
How about make 2 awards? A most valuable playoff award as well,
Yeah. Or add some awards. I know there's a Super Bowl MVP and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like those first 3 rounds to get to the Super Bowl, if Patrick Mahomes takes his team on his back and takes them on the Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts loses in the first round, that should wrap up the conversation. That's over.
I mean, look, I bet you we do have an MVP in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers ain't getting those. Okay, but go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, what's funny is that you're talking about Philly falling out, and they're probably they might have to play Green Bay if they fall out in the first round.
Yeah. I think also it's important to realize with the Eagles, like Jalen Hurts is not the only injury they're worried about right now. Lane Johnson has missed the last few weeks. That's a huge piece to their offense. Avonte Maddox, an important secondary player, he's hurt right now. Jordan Davis, one of the better rookies in the league, defensive lineman, he's hurt. So the Eagles are a little vulnerable right now. They're limping into the playoffs. And we're going to see with Jalen Hurts back, hopefully on Sunday, all indications are looking like he's going to play, just how important he is to the team. And I'll say this, like Philadelphia is another team. They're limping in, even if they do get the 1 seed. Like Philadelphia, Green Bay, that matchup was pretty competitive when they played a few weeks ago. Like that would be a good game in my opinion.